win this map.
Yeah, absolutely. I think a lot of people kind of lean to the favor of the Boom side, just off the basis of how good they are individually. But this is most certainly a matchup of firepower versus experience. So let's see which one will trump the other in balls right now for Red Canids. And looking like they're going to set up for a very quick play in towards A. A smoke out from Nuke, and Cello getting aggressive here towards the trophy room. Gets Destiny, gets tagged up of his own right, gets a bit of damage back off on FNX, and then round the corner he looks for many more headshots. Lato gets a kill. Bolts tries to respond, but he's not going to last too much longer here. Nuke and Lato, last two players left for the Red Canids side.
This has been a perfect pistol round so far, coming out for the Boom side, 4-on-2. And for Red Canids, I don't even really know what they're going to be able to bring back into this, especially with the information coming out from Yell. At least Nuke takes him down, so there is an opportunity of getting a bomb plant to the upper bomb site. Is a player towards that heaven position and one into the vents. They need to try and get this crossfire set, and there's an opportunity for a bomb plant.
Lato peeking up, getting Phelps with a nice headshot, doubles up onto the second, and Bolts, the last man standing. Where can he go from here? Not very far, it seems, against the Red Canids side. The bomb plant has been secured. He's on very little HP, and he will
plant from going down. And for the T side, what a way to get back into it. And a little bit of a knife attempt going into the back of Cello. That's going to take him down to 70 points of health. Not a great start for the CTs.
No, but at the very least, they do have themselves a nice way in on the T side line. Just a small amount of damage against the CT side forces. Yell takes the early nade to the face over towards the ramp room position, though. So, again, a decent start for them as they have the majority of the weapons out in this case. The AKs and MAC-10s in against the mostly upgraded pistols. Force brought back from the Boom.
They've been able to take ramp control into this second round pretty easily. They force the CTs back to the lower bomb site. Probably already going to start to see a rotate to come in for the CTs. But with about 45 seconds left, the CTs have actually put themselves in a really good position because they're all grouped up to this lower bomb site, Jet.
Nython going to round the corner, spot out Yell in the dark position, take him down with a simple MAC-10 spray. FNX does go falling in trade though, so it's not quite a man advantage being found. The Eagles down from SHZ, there's only so much damage, no kills coming in. Finally, Phelps takes out Destiny's, Nat gets that trade on the AK-47, 3-on-3 scenario right here. And the Red Canids having a slight HP advantage above Phelps, but not much else other than that. Weapon advantage, of course, still sitting in the favor of the T side. The two AKs still in. Phelps especially getting spotted out by Nython with a simple spray. Takes him down. Nuke and Lato taking fights and Bolts eventually go down. And he will also take the final.
Not going to be a very light investment coming into this third on to Nython as well. So that could be an opportunity to really start to farm up the economy.
Just for the moment, it is just simple stuff making their way into position here on the T side. Getting a bit aggressive towards the outside position. And Phelps and Yell will get pushed out of angle. A couple of deals than the T side, but it is just a little bit of damage. No kills going the way of the Eagles just yet. And Destiny can swap his rifle with the MAC-10 of Nython. Still Phelps is trying to take pop shots at him. Nuke down at 58. Now facing in, spotting out the next player as well. Out is Nuke for a secondary phase, 29 HP on him. So this Deagle is doing a ton of damage towards outside. Finally, he's going to get aggressed in by Nython, jumping around that corner and getting the headshot kill against the Red Canids player. Plenty more to be done here for the T side, though.
Yeah, a lot of damage done from the CTs, at least so far. They haven't been able to get a kill. And it looks like for Red Canids, they have the opportunity. Cello could take one member down. Flashbang coming out, the MAC-10 hasn't seen a player right underneath him. Bolts is going to be able to connect onto one. SHC as well. Oh my goodness, that's almost a second kill. And even though it's still an advantage in favor of the T side, it is just down to 3 players. And you can't really expect Cello to do too much. Gets taken down. 10
tower that did end up falling. The AKs are back in full force and the economy is still at a decent line. The AWP back for Yell's glass cannon on the CT side. Just facing towards outside initially. He's got plenty of players to deal with. Destiny will take a little bit of damage and nade out towards the secret area. Follow up HE from Bolts down towards FNX will do a lot more damage to the T side than what Red Canids, again, aggressive from Red Canids. They like to take these rounds very nice and slow and without taking too many aggressive risks.
And look how much utility Red Canids has been able to bait out from the CT side. What I might expect from Boom is some aggression to come out in the CTs. And this is what we're going to see from Phelps, the aggression coming out in the secret area, and straight away they get the opening pick.
Yeah, nice kill from Phelps to start things off and try and counter some of that aggression coming in from Red Canids, but now they're going to go for the actual hit towards the A bomb side. It's all a ruse, but they've still got a good defensive held up here. The players on 100 HP for everyone on the A side. All the kills start coming in for Nython and Lato. 3 frags found back-to-back, but Bolts lines up 3.
For Red Canids, they are able to get the buy straight back in, Jay, but there isn't a lot of economy off the back of these 5 players.
Heads up, the Incendiary's down to open up the squeaky door and take first contact back and forth from the CT and T sides, but it's just damage again.
I kind of want to see him make a play either from mini or outside, and at least try and establish some presence to the upper bomb site rather than continuing with the teammates lower, but that's a great opening coming out from Yell.
Yeah, first casualty sustained on the red Canids side, just 30 seconds to the clock in the AWP. Backed up by an M4, but quite in the open. The sprays from Lato, though. He knows exactly where Phelps is held at. The AWP still on the bomb site, however. They'll know that there's another one there somewhere. And meanwhile, FNX still lurking on the top end of the site. Takes out Bolts and Yell will go falling. Cello going to try to deny the bomb plant. He'll get one towards Decon. Spot a second towards double doors and connects that frag alongside SHZ, getting a kill on FNX. Now it's Nuke left alone with a 1 versus 2. Will get the first. He's the one-on-one to go his way, but the sprays are awkward from both. SHZ will end up with the 17 HP victory and AWP saved into the next round and a defuse for Boom Esports.
And I tell you what, if Yell wasn't able to get the opening pick with the AWP, I could have honestly seen the T side winning out that round. Tied up game at 3 apiece.
Could well do, you know. And the buyback from the red Canids side is pretty missed utility as well. That's not always ideal, but you know, one missed flashbang is better than a missed Eagle shot, I feel like. And red Canids are not going to start things off connecting to the headshots initially. They will push the CTs out of position in the aggressive outside areas, but Yell still gets Nuke to start. He does not see Lato. He'll grab that AK and fall back. Red Canids, I think their playstyle in this map certainly could be described as careful, but not careful enough, it seems, as Boom gets the first kill. SHZ taking Destiny, Bolts getting FNX, and Phelps eventually spots Nylon top of the draw position, dropping down into the second man. But it's Yell with the AWP that ends up with his 2K. Again, very heavy buy status here from Red Canids.
Yeah, definitely. It is going to be the 4th round loss bonus, at least, for them. But for Boom, we could potentially see them going up. Early util coming out outside. And it's actually the vent dive coming through. That's unfortunate for Destiny. He's not able to get the bomb plant to the lower bomb site. So this whole round kind of depended on that bomb plant coming through. Would have helped them in the money game. Yell's been really on point with this AWP so far. Not missing any shots and lining up too. Yes, it's against an eco, but it's good to see that the AWP is consistently hitting shots.
Yeah, not too bad from the AWP, and certainly a great reaction from the players down at the bomb site to recognise that they were going for that vent dive and just be in control for the moment here. The AWP on Yell and on Nuke.
Bit of presence, aggressive, and look at Cello. Are they going to expect this position? FNX could get completely caught off guard, and so he should. Okay, Cello wins that out.
Not the first one has been caught off guard by that either. I mean, it's very difficult to read when a CT is going to get aggressive, because for the most part, the Boom Esports guys are just very silent with where they place themselves. That being said, though, to the upper bomb site. So despite their ideas to go down towards Laura, I think they'll just leave that towards Yell on the AWP. He's holding back towards stairs. He'll get that first pick. He's been pretty consistent with the AWP, and he'll land his second kill on Lato. A tick. I think there's one player rotating down to the lower site, but the other two on top in ramp and heaven are being very careful about where they place themselves. The taps up, takes out Nython. It's all left to Nuke. 1 versus 3 for him. And he'll spot one man, but taking damage, unable to connect the kills. The spray eventually works out for 1 damage to the second. And turning around towards Decon as the door opens, could not get the third. So the defuse will come through for Boom. And 3 rounds in a row, responded to 5 of the CT side. It's been going pretty well right now for the Brazilians.
I'll tell you what, Yell, again, he's been just so important to me. He's been around that 1 minute 45 seconds mark that we're really starting to see them put themselves in such an...
Again from Canids have gone to try and aggress the outside position but not take it. And I feel like it's this lack of map control that may be hurting them to a certain extent.
Fast either. We've seen the vent dive once coming in from Destiny on the eco, but nothing quick. Cello's going to get information to the ramp position, does do a bit of early damage, falls back, and he does have the help from the AWP of Yell to try and help him out. Able to find the first, but he might control of the ramp room area and quickly to the lower bomb site.
A 4-on-4 situation, the AWP goes back towards the outside area. Phelps will get Nuke and get a secondary kill. SHZ has responded on the B bomb site, getting FNX as the bomb plant is denied, and Lato left alone in a 1-on-3. He knows where 1 is. I don't think he's got information on the other 2. He'll just drop in, try to take the fight head on. Unable to from the start at the very least, but ever since that point it has just fallen to pieces, and I'm feeling like we're running into the same brick walls at this stage here, you know, just... And
we haven't really seen too much of a readjustment from the T side in the way that they're defaulting at the moment. Only that single AK for Boom, which is a little bit surprising considering they've been able to win 6 rounds in a row, that they've only been able to hold on to 1 AK. A little bit of presence into the hut area. But for the T side, again, They are forced back with the early utility. Oh, that's a good nade coming out to FNX.
Nah, it's not fun, is it?
Definitely not.
Swinging in from the secret area, does get Phelps the kill and damage. Nuke just turned it back there with a quick headshot back, and the AWP of Yell gets his flicks together. Destiny down, a 4 versus 3 scenario as Nat gets spotted out by SHZ. And a headshot kill coming in for the CT aggressor. He'll fall back into the bomb site though. I think they've done enough to win this round. He will still find a second kill in the... I think it's a bit much for them here, Dwayne.
No, Cello just waiting.
Sorry,
taking a little bit of time.
I love how Lato...
7 rounds in a row, and I haven't felt like an adaptation has been made yet.
No, I mean, that seems to be the main issue, you know, the fact that we haven't seen any sort of adaptation at all. They will try go quick into this round, though, and they will lose their first man. They couldn't get the kill on towards Yell, though. 58 HP burning in the mini area, but all 4 players will make their way down to the B bomb site. No one was ready for that. They'll secure a plant out of this, and it will be Boom going in for the... No, never mind. Actually, they might not secure a bomb plant out of this. Cello then a backup. Phelps will drop straight in. FNS get the bomb dropped outside of the blue boxes, and they just adjusted for that so well on the Boom side.
That's incredible to think that 3 players go into secret and they don't even get a bomb plant immediately. They're actually trying to bring this back in the trades. Destiny and Nathan both finding kills. Yes, it's 2 versus 3, but at least they've brought this back to a position where the clutching ability is possible, but Cello, he's done so much work to this lower bomb site round after round after round, and you can't really expect too much from Destiny here. 1v3, no utility, Yell pulling down the angle, and again, the AWP strikes.
Both him and Yell, actually. Yell being the top fragger at 12 kills in this squad. And they have won the CT half for 8 rounds in a row. Ooh, the sprays from Nikon trying to predict something bursting through, but not getting the kill on Phelps. They have allowed covering fire for Nat to get to position, and Phelps might get caught off guard by this. Indeed, the job has been finished off by the T-side, but they're not ready for the player up in rafters. Neither are they ready for the man in the back of the site. A spray from SHZ gets himself one as Bolt goes falling for a secondary kill. SHZ doubles up, and he's got many more players surrounding him, but so much backup from the heaven area. Destiny left alone. He's on a backtop of his own. He could do something from this position, but I feel like with the positions that Boom are covering, they should be able to adjust for it here. Does he go up the ladder? I feel like he might just do so here. Nah, spotted out by Cello. Nice and easy from there.
Exactly. That's another big point, right? It's like, this isn't even Boom's map pick. This is your map pick, and we're not really seeing too much on the T side.
Oh, the nades on the half buy. Look how aggressive the CTs are going to get. The AK of Phelps spotted out by Destiny. Does end up predicting that position well. Information called and everything for a 5-on-4. At least they've started things off good in this round. If they can get some damage at the very least, then it could prove to be something if you get it on the right key players. But, you know, at this point, you're looking more rounds than anything else on the Red Cannon side being so late into the half. They're taking damage. SHZ standing back over at the vent corner. They'll open up Squeaky Door, and FNX will start to make his way in, being very loud about this. Catches off the AWP, though, turns around. Is Lato getting that pick instead? Bolts in the back of the site, though. Ends up with 2 frags, ends up with 3 overall. And the last man standing is, well, almost dead at this stage. He will just get tapped up by Cello.
Of trying to change up the T-side default is just not coming up. We're seeing repetitive strain in the same tactics over and
it's just so good from them. I don't know how Red Canids can respond to this. Like, they've tried everything, you know, changing the pacing, trying their own style. We'll get an opening kill in some of these rounds, in this round in particular. Cello getting a bit overly aggressive through the smoke, but look at the response from Bolts and SHZ. A 3-on-3. Lato will try and make his way in from the main, catch off 1. But still got to do so much more than this. The sprays from Bolts might get caught aggressive. He's got back up to his right-hand side, but needs his M4 to go well against Destiny. No, he will not be able to do so. AWP of Yell, last thing standing. He knows where the bomb's been dropped. The nades and Molotovs might give him a little bit of a chance out here in this one, Dwayne. But, oh, peeking in from the hot area, spots out 1, legs FNX through the wall. Does he hear the next man? He's going for all these wall bags, but he can't find the players themselves at this stage. A 1-on-2 for Yell. And Red Canids know exactly where he is. They're going to wrap over towards heaven.
Living this, although the economy is so strong over on that city side, you're kind of giving up an AWP over to the Ts. And now, especially with very little time on the clock, this should just be the save call to come out for Boom. And finally, Jay, we see a couple of good picks coming out from the T side, and it comes off maybe some over-aggression from Cello in the ramp room area. But a couple of few mistakes to come out for the CT side, and the T.
They be able to, you know, will they be able to, you know, trump firepower with experience? It turns out the answer to that question is no. At this moment, at least, you know, still CT side to go, still a chance available for the Red Canids squad, but with Boom taking such a stomping hop, it will be a close scoreline at the very least if Red Canids were to take it. The sprays blind from Nuke, though, gets that kill on SHZ. Not quite the opener. The first pick came in from Phelps over on Destiny, elsewhere on the map position. 4-on-4, and Nuke is on 16 HP here.
Yeah, he's so low. They'll be able to recover the...
In the midst of the hut area, Yell's just going to cut them off as the Molotov in from Squeaky, or out from Squeaky, I should say, goes out towards the vent corner. And Yell, Lato with the bomb on his back. That's a big frag to find. And Yell knows exactly what he's done. The AK of the FNX will strike towards the Hell entrance, but 30 seconds needs to support his teammates. Nylon will get one, and there's Phelps getting a kill back on him. Nuke will fall to the AWP, and FNX rotating back to the B bomb site with 20 seconds. This round must be over here, Dweg. There's no way he can recover this.
This is so difficult. He's got so little time as well, and he's just mollied himself. This is pretty much all over. This is going to be a 11-4 half. What a fantastic result.
Well, it's time to see whether or not Boom Esports are about to swamp their veterans out of the server. 11-4 at the turn of the half, and going into the T side, it all looks Gucci from here. The pistol round gets hyper-aggressive for the Boom side as they have plenty brought down to the basic Glocks. The defuse kit on Lato already taking damage, already going down to the hands of Phelps. Yell waiting back over at the squeaky door area is ready for aggression from the Red Canids side. And that, he's got a nice angle to work with, but the aim punch hurts him the most as SHZ gets that pick, and Boom Esports were ready to adjust against him. 4-on-2, bomb plant denied for a moment, but not for long. Destiny falls. FNX lone man standing here.
And you have to think, Jay, what a difference in a style of round coming out from Boom Esports. That was so quick into that lower bomb site, and I love it.
Well, and the key thing here is that they kind of relied on that pistol to have the best chance possible here. You know, if
For
the
sure.
comeback is coming in, then it's going to be one of the most difficult comebacks ever. You know,
Yeah.
on the CT side, with the way that Boom are playing, so well adjusted so far in this half, and against the first half as well.
Oh.
Lato, however, working with knife on to punch out bolts here. He gets harmed by the aim punch in this one. They do all make their way down towards Secret in the end. They have gained all they need to. I think they picked up whatever weapon he dropped. I think it was on the AK earlier. The P250 out for Nat gets one kill towards Shadow, looking for a little bit more. Destiny gets SHZ. The pistols are working really well, actually. It's a 2-on-4 scenario. And 2 automatic weapons to deal with. Lack of head Kevlar might allow chances for the MAC-10, but they're making their way in. Yell's got to try and take out both these players here. He strikes early against Nithon. They don't know the second player is there on the B bomb site. The USP closing its gap, trying his best to take out Phelps here, but Yell's got to do the majority of the damage with his teammate pinned.
And they need to work together here, coming out for Boom Esports. They need to try and synchronize some sort of crossfire being established. Phelps, that is so big for him to get 2 kills, especially being on just 1 HP. They chuck over the AK to Yell. It's all down to FNX and quick trade coming out. I can't believe they win that back. That play from Phelps
Could have been disastrous, but even so, with no investment from the Red Canids side, they have done a ton of economical damage. If they take this next round, they will break the economy of Boom, and they may be on for a comeback here. We're already seeing the damage be laid through the walls, though. Look at Nuke and Destiny, 30 and 55, and now Phelps makes his way in, trying to spot out Nithon. Will take a dink back for his trouble. Look at the hyper-aggression being played up by the Boom side. Bursting from Nithon, almost takes his teammate out, but Phelps turns on towards him after getting Destiny down. So a 2-for-1 trade, a 4 versus 3. HP is tagged up on the Boom side, but Red Canids players are falling like flies.
Low, both SHZ and Phelps are, and it comes down to these opening picks. FNX finding a member quite deep into the squeaky position. 2v2. Look at this off angle coming out for FNX as well. Actually decides to go and hide. Now, he could get the potential of just being swung. It just comes down to timing, picking out at the right time, and it's all down to Cello. 1v2 for him, and the information's already been seen, and FNX is just trying to get the kill.
Anything he can possibly do would be enough here, but Cello's going to wait and bait and play a bit more carefully in this one here, Dweg. Burst fire from the M4, hoping to catch him in the midst of the wall, but the AK sits pretty and holds its nerve here, but so do the CT players. I mean, Cello's got options to work with. He could rotate to the B bomb site if he's careful with where he places himself. His best way there is to go through vents, though. And he's waiting for Red Canids to make a mistake. None of them will, though. They'll face, and FNX will get taken out. How can Cello play with this? Smoke out towards the main cross, and Lato will secure his kill. So a survival. South American teams have also adopted this kind of, style with upgraded pistols, with a single AK being the who you think is the best entry frag at the moment. What can Phelps do, though? He'll take first entry, I think. No, it's actually Cello going outside just to give up his life, get some information out initially for the T side.
And that incendiary might stop him. Oh, that's so much damage. Fantastic spray coming in from Nuke, reading the position really well. Couldn't see a quick trade to come out for the T side as they start to overwhelm the ramp room area. They finally get a kill. Now there's 2 AKs in play, Jay. This is a scary position to be in.
And this is the worst case position for the Red Canids side. Destiny will swing out, take one of the AKs down. Phelps with an awkward spray, though, puts his to good use. The other one gets recovered by Yell. They'll burst open the windows, and they'll look for a plant down. Decon opened up. Nuke takes his spray in, but Yell still takes him down. FNX and Nithon now coming in from the ramp position. They'll get down the likes of Phelps, but it's all left to Yell. 1 on 2. Back at Old Toxic. The spray will just come up for the SMG, and they'll grab an AK to hold on to here.
Area, because it's so important to not deny that extra $800 being put into the bank of the players on Boom Esports. Even though we're not going to see a buy in this round, that bomb plant would have been a massive advantage for them going into the next rifle round. 13-6, 7 rounds the difference between these two sides, Jay. How much more can the CTs find? Outside presence with no smokes, just going to tap away for most of the CTs. Some early kills being found, pretty easy stuff so far.
Nade to Olympics then as well. He'll get a dink back on Destiny, but, as you say, pretty standard stuff with 3 kills going the way of CTs, nothing going the way of Boom. FNX will finish off the likes of Bolts, and it will all be left to Yell with a PT-50 standing in his wake outside of the lobby entrance. Spots the M4, but the M4 can take him down. A massive, load of utilities, what I'm trying to say. So we get the words out there. But,
I haven't really seen too much aggression coming out from them in the gun round so far, especially in a round like this.
Little casualties being seen so far between Boom and Red Canids in this round. 40 seconds to the clock, and Boom will have to utilize their map control to gain themselves a hit. Destiny will swing out aggressive and get Bolts. Nithon ready and waiting from a passive position. Very, very awkward off angle. If Boom aren't ready for this, then he could shut them all down. Smokes up, pop flash, not to be received here. And time is ticking so low. He lines up so much damage, gets 2 picks for his own right, and 10 seconds left for the Boom side. They realize they're out of time, and they realize they're out of the round. It will be an 8th for Red Canids, and Boom this time, they're the ones going way too passively. They are just, not looking good right now. They'll be hunted and
waiting so long that even if 1 or 2 kills goes in the way of the CTs, that round's pretty much over because they're not able to get the opening trade. And the force buy investment comes out again. This is going to be a quick upper take coming out. Can they take down Destiny? That's the main important thing. The T side, a good start so far, but Destiny lines up 3 with the AK. Fantastic spray control coming out for the CTs. And what a turnaround coming out from Red Canids.
Well, they tried a rush strategy, and it could have only gone 1 or 2 ways, either with success or bitter defeat. And unfortunately, they went to the way of the latter rather than the former. Unfortunately, hitting a brick wall in the form of Destiny. A fantastic 4-man spray down. Almost getting the ace in that case, but not to be. Phelps will clean it up, but they'll know where he is. They'll look for that AK. They'll look for all the AKs dropped up because the 3 players staying alive and 3 AKs brought into this round, this could be a lot of firepower for the Red Canids side. And they'll wait for Phelps to make the move because he's the one that has to come towards them. He's got Nithon around the corner to deal with first. Spotting out his shoulder, but giving up his angle, and that will be a...
We've seen a quick upper execution and a gun round to come out from Boom Esports, and they shut it down really well.
You're looking at match point. Still not that far away from the Boom side, so let's see what they can do out here towards the secret area. Destiny can spray down, taking out 1 player, letting a second cross, but refaces towards the vent entrance, and the taps from the Tech-9 and the sprays from the AK forces him back up to the A-bomb side. 4-on-4 situation. And the bomb should get planted out here. There's still a player in dark, actually. He may still be able to deny it if Yell's not ready for the angle. We'll check it, and there he is. Spotted out. Lato will be able to get the spray down, however. Headshot found. Cello and SHZ deal with Lato and Nithon in the end. Destiny also falls, and FNX is last man standing.
Yeah, finally we see a convincing round coming out from Boom, and even though it was a little bit quicker to the secret area, we started to see them slow it down. But they actually forced that vent player to go back to the upper bomb site. I'm pretty sure that was Destiny that was around like 16 HP.
Another big round for Boom to find again. All they have to do is to take this next round confident, and then they will be within touching distance, potentially on that match point here, Dwayne. They're going to sit pretty and wait. Try and bait in some more mistakes in the aggression towards the outside area. Nython with the AWP. He's not going to make a mistake of his own, though. He'll get that kill on Cello. And looking for the next man, he's got to find the kill on SHZ, but
Boom. They're in a bit of a difficult position. They've got the advantage in terms of map control outside from a Yell. Oh, that's big. They can open up ramp room now. They can bring the bomb straight to that lower bomb site.
No one there to defend it. All three of the remaining players are over on A. They're wrapping over through the vents area. The smoke's down. Spray in from Yell as they open up decon door before it pops. A bit of a cross held out for the AWP of Nython firing away. Yell's ready for double doors, takes him down. The AWP of Nython on solo HP. And in the end, he will be taken out.
Utility. I could honestly say something really quick coming out from Boom just to try and get those opening fights going their way. Round number 25, and it only had to be a matter of time, Jay, wasn't it, until they got to 15 rounds.
Well, Nython will do his best to deny outside here. The flash is over, and they all tried to cross. He missed out the first player, eventually connects against him. He's got plenty more players to find. Phelps will hold his own as Cello gets a pick back. 3 players left standing in varying different positions, but none of them into contact against the Boom Esports side. Destiny would start to aggress here alongside FNX behind him in the B tunnels. The UMP look on open, checking up higher, checking up the other side, but just can't seem to see any of it. FNX peeking up from the A-bomb site will go down. Lato, last man standing, as Destiny is left for dead, and the Deagle is all that stands between Red, Canids, and Lost. Tapping up from Phelps will do a bit of nothing, I think, from the CTs. And in the end, Phelps will close it out with a 16-9 scoreline for the Boom Esports side. Well, we asked in the pre-game whether or not it was skill or experience.